Welcome to America Who Died Today. Here, we remember the stars who left their mark on show business and culture. Don't forget to watch the videos till the end to catch all the interesting facts about their lives and careers, and leave your comments. We value your thoughts. Let's celebrate those who may be gone but will always remain in our hearts. John Leslie Prescott, often referred to as Lord Prescott, was born on May 31, 1938, in Preston, Wales, and passed away on November 20, 2024. His death marked the conclusion of a long and eventful political career, one that saw him rise from a working-class background to the very heights of British political power. Serving as Deputy Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 1997 to 2007 and as First Secretary of State from 2001 to 2007, Prescott was one of the most influential and recognizable figures in the Labour Party during the late 20th and early 21st centuries. His career spanned decades and was marked by both major accomplishments and occasional controversies, leaving a profound imprint on British politics. Prescott's life and legacy serve as a reminder of the importance of perseverance, dedication, and the ability to navigate the complexities of power while remaining true to one's core values. Born into a working-class family in Preston, North Wales, Prescott's upbringing was rooted in the realities of post-war Britain. His father, John Herbert Prescott, worked as a railway signalman, while his mother, Phyllis Parrish, encouraged his academic interests. Prescott's early life was shaped by his working-class environment, where issues of economic justice and social equality were keenly felt. From a young age, he was instilled with the values of social democracy and labor solidarity, ideals that would define much of his later career. Despite the challenges of growing up in a working-class community, Prescott's parents were determined to ensure their son received an education, even if it was a difficult path. While Prescott did not initially excel academically, failing the 11+ exam, he did not let this setback define his future. Instead, he pursued a career in the Merchant Navy, where he worked as a deckhand, experiencing a variety of different working environments and further deepening his understanding of the hardships faced by ordinary people. It was in the Merchant Navy that Prescott began to realize his passion for political activism. During his time at sea, he interacted with sailors from all walks of life, and these encounters broadened his perspective on the world. His experience in the Navy gave him a first-hand understanding of class divisions and the struggles of working people, which would later inform his political ideology. Eventually, Prescott returned to civilian life and pursued further education. He attended Ruskin College, Oxford, which was known for offering education to working-class students. There, he studied economics and economic history, further developing his interest in politics. It was at Ruskin College that Prescott became deeply involved in political life, joining the Labour Party and later working with various trade unions. His passion for workers' rights and social justice grew stronger, and this ultimately led to his decision to enter politics. In 1970, Prescott took his first step into the political arena by standing for Parliament as the Labour candidate for Kingston upon Hull. Although he did not win, his strong performance in the election demonstrated his potential as a politician. Prescott's break came in 1973, when he was elected to represent Kingston upon Hull East. His victory marked the beginning of a political career that would span over 4 decades. Prescott quickly became known for his straightforward, no-nonsense approach to politics. He was a tireless advocate for the working class, fighting for better wages, improved working conditions, and more equitable distribution of wealth. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Prescott gained a reputation as a strong voice within the Labour Party, especially on issues related to social justice and economic inequality. Prescott's political fortunes took a decisive turn in 1994 when John Smith, the leader of the Labour Party, passed away unexpectedly. This left a leadership vacuum within the party, and Prescott, alongside other potential leaders, ran for the position of deputy leader. Although he did not secure the leadership of the party, Prescott was elected deputy leader in a fiercely contested race. This victory was a turning point in his career, and it marked the start of his close partnership with Tony Blair, the leader of the Labour Party. Despite their differences on certain policy issues, particularly regarding economic matters. Prescott and Blair formed a formidable political partnership that ultimately helped guide the Labour Party to a historic victory in the 1997 general election. In 1997, with Blair at the helm and Prescott as his deputy, the Labour Party won a decisive victory in the general election, ending 18 years of Conservative government. Prescott became Deputy Prime Minister and quickly assumed responsibility for a range of key policy areas. As part of the New Labour movement, which sought to modernize the Labour Party and distance it from its traditional socialist roots, Prescott was tasked with overseeing key areas such as regional development, transport, and the environment. One of his most notable achievements as Deputy Prime Minister was his work on modernizing the country's transport infrastructure. As a former railway worker, Prescott was deeply committed to improving the rail network and reducing congestion on the roads. He pushed for reforms aimed at modernizing the national rail system and improving public transportation, although his efforts were not without their challenges. Prescott's tenure also saw the establishment of the National Minimum Wage Act, which was a landmark piece of legislation aimed at lifting millions of workers out of poverty by ensuring they received fair pay for their work. In addition to his work in transport and public services, Prescott became an important figure in the fight against climate change. His efforts to promote environmental sustainability were a central part of his agenda. As part of the Labour government's commitment to addressing global warming, Prescott was instrumental in pushing for the ratification of the Kyoto Protocol, an international treaty aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions. This effort reflected his deep concern for the environment and his belief that the government had a responsibility to protect future generations from the consequences of environmental degradation. However, Prescott's time in office was not without controversy. One of the most widely publicized incidents of his career came in 2001, when he was attacked by a protester during an election campaign. The protester slapped Prescott in the face while he was in a public engagement, sparking a media frenzy. The incident, which became known as the Slapgate affair, caused both ridicule and sympathy for Prescott. Some saw it as an embarrassing moment, while others defended him for his calm and composed response to the attack. Prescott's ability to handle such moments with dignity added to his image as a tough and unflappable politician. As Deputy Prime Minister and First Secretary of State under Tony Blair, Prescott played a critical role in government, particularly in the areas of constitutional reform and foreign policy. He was a key figure in the implementation of the devolution of power to Scotland and Wales, overseeing the establishment of the Scottish Parliament and the Welsh Assembly. His role in the constitutional reforms of the late 1990s and early 2000s was a significant part of his legacy, as these changes fundamentally reshaped the political landscape of the United Kingdom. After leaving office in 2007, Prescott remained a prominent figure in British political life. While his influence within the Labour Party waned following the election of Gordon Brown as Prime Minister, Prescott continued to contribute to public life through various roles. He took a seat in the House of Lords and remained a vocal advocate for the values of the Labour Party. Prescott also published a memoir and continued to comment on political issues, offering insights into the evolution of British politics over the past several decades. Prescott's death in 2024 marked the end of an era in British politics. He was a politician who had witnessed and shaped many of the most significant events in modern British political history. His legacy as a champion of workers' rights, social justice, and environmental sustainability will live on, and his role in shaping the political landscape of the United Kingdom remains a defining aspect of his career. Lord Prescott's commitment to public service, his resilience in the face of personal and political challenges, and his dedication to the ideals of the Labour Party will continue to be remembered by both his supporters and critics alike. His passing is a moment to reflect on a life dedicated to improving the lives of ordinary people, and his influence will undoubtedly be felt for many years to come. Tom Cruise, born on July 3, 1962, in Syracuse, New York, is one of Hollywood's most iconic and successful actors, known for his versatility, dedication to his craft, and long-standing career in the entertainment industry. Cruise's rise to fame and status as an A-list actor is a story of hard work, talent, and resilience, as he navigated the competitive world of Hollywood and built a career that has spanned more than 4 decades. Early life and beginnings. Cruise was born Thomas Cruise Maypother IV, the son of Mary Lee, a special education teacher, and Thomas Cruise Maypother III, an electrical engineer. His early life was marked by hardship, including his father's abusive behavior, which led to Cruise's parents' divorce when he was just 12 years old. He was raised by his mother and lived in various places in the U.S. due to his family's financial instability. Despite these early challenges, Cruise's mother encouraged him to pursue his interests, and he found solace in acting during his high school years. Cruise initially had dreams of becoming a priest and attended a Franciscan seminary in the 1970s. However, his interest in acting grew stronger, and he eventually left the seminary to follow a career in the arts. After attending various schools, he graduated from Glen Ridge High School in New Jersey in 1980. He then moved to New York City to pursue acting, studying at the renowned Lee Strasberg Theater Institute, where he honed his craft and began to appear in local theater productions. Breakthrough and early career. Tom Cruise's professional career began in the early 1980s with television appearances and small roles in films. His first notable film appearance was in Endless Love, 1981, a romantic drama where he played a supporting role. This was followed by roles in films like Taps, 1981, and The Outsiders, 1983, where he showcased his potential as a young actor. However, it was his role in Risky Business, 1983, that truly launched his career. The film, in which Cruise played a high school student who turns his house into a brothel, was a commercial success and made him a household name. The film's famous scene, where Cruise dances in his underwear, became an iconic moment in pop culture. Cruise continued to build on his success with films like Top Gun, 1986, which cemented his status as one of Hollywood's leading men. In Top Gun, Cruise played Lieutenant Pete "Maverick" Mitchell, a cocky, talented fighter pilot. The film was a massive success, earning Cruise a nomination for a Golden Globe Award and transforming him into a global superstar. Cruise's portrayal of Maverick became one of his most beloved roles, and the film remains one of the highest-grossing films of the 1980s. The 1990s, a superstar in the making. Throughout the 1990s, Cruise's career continued to soar, as he took on a variety of roles that showcased his versatility. In 1990, he starred in Days of Thunder, a racing drama that reunited him with Top Gun director Tony Scott. Although the film was not as critically successful as Top Gun, it performed well at the box office. The following year, Cruise starred in The Firm, 1993, a legal thriller based on John Grisham's novel. The film was a huge hit and solidified Cruise's status as one of Hollywood's top leading men. Cruise also earned critical acclaim for his performance in A Few Good Men, 1992, directed by Rob Reiner. In this courtroom drama, Cruise played a young military lawyer who faces off against Jack Nicholson's iconic portrayal of Colonel Jessup. The film was both a critical and commercial success, earning several Oscar nominations and making Cruise one of the most respected actors in Hollywood. In 1996, Cruise starred in Mission: Impossible, a high-octane spy thriller based on the 1960s television series of the same name. Directed by Brian De Palma, the film became a global success, and the franchise would go on to become one of the longest-running and most successful film franchises in history. Cruise's portrayal of Ethan Hunt, a secret agent tasked with dangerous missions, became one of his most famous and enduring roles, and he has continued to star in each installment of the series. The 1990s also saw Cruise experiment with different genres. He appeared in Jerry Maguire, 1996, a romantic comedy drama directed by Cameron Crowe, which earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. The film's famous line, "Show me the money," became part of the cultural lexicon. He also starred in Eyes Wide Shut, 1999, a controversial and sexually charged drama directed by Stanley Kubrick. The film was polarizing but showcased Cruise's willingness to take on challenging and complex roles. 2000s, continued success and box office dominance. In the 2000s, Cruise's career continued to flourish with roles in both commercial blockbusters and critically acclaimed films. In 2000, he starred in Mission: Impossible 2, which was another major success, further establishing the Mission: Impossible franchise as one of the most profitable in Hollywood. Cruise's versatility was evident in his roles in films like Minority Report, 2002, a science fiction thriller directed by Steven Spielberg. In the film, Cruise played a police officer in a future where crimes are prevented before they occur. The film was both a critical and commercial success, and it is regarded as one of the best films of the early 2000s. He also starred in The Last Samurai, 2003, where he played an American military officer who is captured by samurai in 19th-century Japan. The film was a critical and commercial success and earned Cruise a Golden Globe Award for his performance. However, the 2000s also saw some controversies in Cruise's personal life, most notably his affiliation with the Church of Scientology. In 2005, Cruise made headlines for his outspoken support of Scientology in his controversial statements about psychiatry. These incidents, along with his very public relationship with actress Katie Holmes, affected his public image. Despite these controversies, Cruise continued to be a bankable star, and his career never truly slowed down. Later career: Mission: Impossible Legacy and New Horizons. In the 2010s and beyond, Cruise continued to star in successful films, many of them related to the Mission: Impossible franchise. The series entered a new phase with Mission: Impossible, Ghost Protocol, 2011, Mission: Impossible, Rogue Nation, 2015, and Mission: Impossible, Fallout, 2018. These films were some of the highest grossing in Cruise's career, and his commitment to performing many of his own stunts, including death-defying sequences, further solidified his status as an action movie icon. Cruise also starred in the 2017 film The Mummy, a reboot of the classic Universal monster series. Although the film was not as successful as expected, it marked the beginning of Universal's failed attempt to launch a shared monster universe. Cruise's passion for filmmaking and willingness to take risks in both his personal and professional life remained evident. In 2020, Cruise starred in Top Gun: Maverick, the highly anticipated sequel to Top Gun. The film was delayed several times due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but when it finally released in 2022, it was a massive success, grossing over $1 billion worldwide. Cruise's return to the role of Maverick was met with critical acclaim, and the film became one of his biggest box office hits. Personal life. Tom Cruise's personal life has often been as public as his professional career. He has been married 3 times, to actresses Mimi Rogers, 1987 to 1990, Nicole Kidman, 1990 to 2001, and Katie Holmes, 2006 to 2012. His relationships have often been the subject of media scrutiny, particularly his high-profile marriage to Kidman and his subsequent involvement with Scientology. Despite his personal controversies, Cruise remains a beloved figure in Hollywood, known for his dedication to his craft, his passion for filmmaking, and his commitment to delivering memorable performances. His career, which spans more than 40 years, has left an indelible mark on the film industry, and he continues to be one of the most respected and successful actors in the world. Tom Cruise's legacy is one of resilience, talent, and an unyielding drive to entertain and challenge both himself and his audience. Clarence Alfred Gilyard Jr., born on December 24, 1955, and passing on November 23, 2022, was a celebrated American actor, professor, and mentor whose career spanned decades across television, film, and education. Known for his charismatic presence, Gilyard achieved significant acclaim in iconic roles, including Conrad McMaster's in the legal drama Matlock and Texas Ranger Jimmy Trevette in Walker, Texas Ranger. His talent extended beyond television, with standout performances in blockbuster films like Top Gun, where he portrayed radar intercept officer Sundown, and Die Hard, where he played the cunning computer expert Theo. Born in Moses Lake, Washington, into a military family, Gilyard was the second of 6 children. His father, Clarence Sr., served as an officer in the U.S. Air Force, which meant Gilyard grew up in various locations, including Hawaii, Texas, and Florida. Despite this transient lifestyle, he thrived academically and socially, eventually graduating from Eisenhower High School in Rialto, California, in 1974. He briefly pursued a career in the military as a cadet at the Air Force Academy but soon realized his passion lay elsewhere. After transferring to Sterling College, where he played football and joined the Sigma Chi fraternity, Gilyard's restless energy and interests led him to California State University, Long Beach, to study acting. He later completed his bachelor's degree at California State University, Dominguez Hills. Gilyard's early years were not without challenges. During college, he struggled with substance use and a lack of direction, prompting his parents to encourage him to move out and find his path. He eventually found stability working various jobs, including as a clothing store manager and an industrial chemical salesman, before fully committing to acting. This decision would set the stage for an extraordinary career that showcased his versatility and dedication. Gilyard's foray into acting began in Los Angeles in 1979, where he initially appeared in stage productions, including the play Bleacher Bums. His transition to television brought him guest roles on popular shows like Different Strokes, The Facts of Life, and Simon and Simon. He gained notable recognition in the final season of Chips, where he played Officer Benjamin Webster. Though he appeared in a variety of roles, it was his 1986 film debut in Top Gun as LTJG Marcus Sundown Williams that first showcased his knack for bringing complexity to even supporting characters. 2 years later, Gilyard cemented his status in Hollywood with his role as Theo in the action classic Die Hard. His portrayal of the quick-witted and tech-savvy terrorist left an indelible mark on audiences and remains a fan-favorite performance. He continued to expand his repertoire, taking on the role of Reverend Bruce Barnes in the Left Behind films, among many others. On television, Gilyard became a household name during his time on Matlock. From 1989 to 1993, he played Conrad McMasters, the loyal and resourceful private investigator to Andy Griffith's titular character. When production moved to North Carolina for the show's later seasons, Gilyard relocated, reflecting his commitment to his craft and team. He eventually left Matlock to co-star alongside Chuck Norris in Walker, Texas Ranger. From 1993 to 2001, Gilyard brought warmth and integrity to the role of Jimmy Trevette, Walker's dependable partner and friend. His chemistry with Norris and ability to balance action with heart made him a beloved fixture of the show. Though Gilyard stepped back from acting in 2006, he did so to pursue another passion, teaching. As an associate professor in the Department of Theater at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, he dedicated himself to nurturing the next generation of performers. His students and colleagues admired his generosity, describing him as a beacon of light and strength, who brought the same energy to the classroom as he did to the screen. In later years, Gilyard occasionally returned to acting, primarily in independent and faith-based projects. He appeared in the 2014 film A Matter of Faith and reprised his Die Hard role in a 2020 commercial for Die Hard batteries, delighting fans with a nostalgic nod to the film. His dedication to storytelling, whether on screen or in the theater, remained evident throughout his career. Beyond acting and teaching, Gilyard's personal life reflected his deep faith and commitment to family. Raised Lutheran, he converted to Catholicism in the 1990s and served as a consultant for the Communications Committee of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops. Married twice, he had 6 children and found fulfillment in balancing his professional and personal lives. Tragically, Gilyard passed away in 2022 at the age of 66 after a prolonged illness. His loss was deeply felt by the entertainment industry, his students, and his family. He was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, leaving behind a legacy of artistry, mentorship, and unwavering kindness. Clarence Gilyard Jr.'s life was a testament to the power of resilience and passion. From his early struggles to his rise as a respected actor and teacher, he inspired countless individuals through his work and character. His performances continue to captivate audiences, ensuring his contributions to film, television, and education will not be forgotten. Thank you for watching this video. May the memory of these outstanding people continue to inspire us all. We cannot change the course of time, but we can keep in mind their contribution and significance. If this video has affected you or you want to know more, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment. Let's continue to share their stories and keep the memory of them together. See you soon, and remember that those we love never leave without a trace.